Right here.
All right, so in yesterday's lesson, were you able to look over the video yesterday, talking about even and odd numbers? Yeah. All right, so today we will practice even and odd again, but this time we'll go into identifying numbers when they're double digits, if they're even or odd. So first thing, I want to go over what are the even numbers. Anyone tell me what are the even numbers? What you have?
2.
Well, the first one.
2.
Well, 2. Oh, there's one before it.
0.
0. She says 0 and 2.
3. 4.
What's another one?
3.
No.
I know. 4.
4. 0, 2, 4. Okay, Dennis, you can give me the next one.
6.
6. Good. 0, 2, 4, 6. And the last one. 8. Awesome. So these are the examples of even numbers: 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay. So yesterday we introduced what's called the odd numbers. Okay. So I told you the odd numbers, what it means by odd is that we cannot split it equally. Even numbers, we can split in half equally, right? If I have 2, I can split it in half 1 and 1. If I have 4, I can split it in half 2 and 2. So when we have odd numbers, what that means is we cannot split that equally. That's why it's called odd. If I have 3, I can't split 3 in half. I'll probably have 2 on one side, 1 on the other side. So therefore, it's called an odd number. The odd numbers are all of the numbers that are not even, pretty much. So what will be the first odd number?
3.
Before that? I know. In between.
1.
1. 1 will be another one. 3. What's 1, Dennis? 1, 3. I didn't hear if you said it. Dennis? 1, 3. You're on mute. You're on mute. That's why I can't hear.
0.
Well, 0 is even. So 1, 3.
1,000.
No.
5.
It's the numbers that's in between.
5.
5. Yes. 1, 3, 5. What will be next after 5?
7.
7. Okay. And after 7? 9. Yes. So remember yesterday we did the sum. So even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay? Even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So you have to remember them. This is important to remember which ones are even and which ones are odd. Because when we start to identify which one, okay, so the even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Even means that I can split them equally. If I split it down the middle, it will be the same number on both sides. Odd means that they are not equal. They are not even. So if I split it, they will not be equal on both sides. So these are your even, these are your odd. Now, let's look at the numbers that I have here. So look at 38. We want to determine if 38 is even or odd. Now, when we look at 38, 38 has both a 3 and an 8 in it. 3 we know is odd, 8 we know is even. So could it be both? No, it has to be one. And we're going to figure out how to determine if it's even or odd. Whenever you run across a number that has double digits like this, you only pay attention to one number. When you look at that one number, that will help you to determine if it's an even or odd. Because 38 has both. There's an odd number 3 and then an even number 8. But what I am going to focus on is the back number. The back number will tell you if that number is even or odd. The back number. So that's why you have to know what the even numbers are and what the odd numbers are. Because we can look at the 8, but if you don't know if 8 is even or odd, you won't know if 38 is even or odd. So it's important to memorize the song. That's why I'm telling you the song, because that will help you to remember what numbers are even and what numbers are odd. So when we look at the back number 8, only the back number 8, would 38 be even or would 38 be odd? Which one would it be? Even, looking only at the 8, is 38 even or odd? It is an even number. I can split 38 in half, 19 and 19. So 38 is even because 8 is even.
I know.
Yes, there's a 3, but the front number doesn't matter. It's only about this back number. So let's look at this one, 27. Only looking at the 7. 27, would that be even or odd? 27. Looking only at the 7, would it be even or odd? Go ahead, Mariah. It is odd because 7 is an odd number. I cannot split 27 in half equally, so therefore 27 is an odd number. Oh, let me put E for even. Okay? 91. What are we looking at? The 9 or the 1?
The 1.
The 1. That will help us determine if it's even or odd. So looking at the 1, would 91 be an even number or an odd number?
An odd.
Odd, because 1 is odd. 91 is odd. That means I cannot split 91 in half. 56. What number am I focusing on?
6.
The 6, not the 5. The 6. Now looking at 6, is 6 even or odd? This will help us determine if 56 is even or odd. Even. 56 is even because 6 is an even number. I can split 56 in half with, let me think, 28 and 28. If I split it in half, it's equal. 28, 28. So it's even. Next I have 48. 48. Focusing only on the 8, not the 4. Will 48 be even or odd? Even or odd? Dennis? 48, is it even or odd?
Even.
Here's your back number?
Even.
8. Even. Yes, I can split 48 in half. Trying to think what I'm splitting in half. Oh, 24 is 24. Yeah. Split in half. 1 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. 48. Awesome. So this is even and odd numbers. So when you come across a number that's double digits, you focus only on the back number. That will help you determine if it's even or if it's odd. So again, let's do the song. Even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Again, even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Odd numbers
1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Remember that song. All right, so we will need our math books on today. We're doing something in the book today. Lesson worksheet 57. It will look like it will have 4 clocks on it. Lesson worksheet 57 is where we are. Lesson worksheet 57.
Miss Lujan,
Yes?
which book is it?
Math?
Math. Page 1 again.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is it this one?
Yes, lesson worksheet 57. So you have to find the number 57 and it's lesson worksheet. It's going to be class. This is what it looks like. This. 4 class. Yep. This is our page here, lesson worksheet 57. 4 class.
This one?
Next one. Here.
Number 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Number or year of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I don't know what to do with this. Oh, it's good. I know. It's like some time. I got to trace the time. This is you have to trace it. No, you have to trace it. I put my name on it. Oh, I already have my name on it. Miss Lujan, I can't find it.
Huh?
I can't find it.
You can't find it?
What do we do?
Wait, who said they can't?
I can't find the page.
Okay, what page are you on now? What page number are you on now?
Yeah, I don't actually have my What page is it?
Lesson worksheet 57.
You took off your shoes.
You have it now, Dennis?
No.
No, still not. No, don't have it. What page are you on now? What number?
It's with 4 clocks.
Yeah, it's lesson worksheet 57. It has 4 clocks on it. I think we'll get a book at the library and read until I'm ready for science and social studies. You have it now, yeah? Bye-bye, do you have it? Lesson worksheet 57?
Yes.
The 4 clocks? Okay.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You ready? You have it, Dennis? Yes? You have it now? Okay. Okay, that's what I was doing. All right. Okay, so lesson worksheet 57. So today we are going, since we already learned how to tell time to the hour, today we are going to learn how to number a clock, okay? And I'll show you the way that I number a clock, and this will help you whenever you have to number a clock as well. So the first clock is partially done for us. They have the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9 for us. We are every 15 minutes. That's actually what that means. It's every 15 minutes. So from 12 to 3, that's 15 minutes, 3 to 6, 15, 6 to 9, 15. Anyway, so they already have part of it done for us already, the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9. So we are just going to fill in the numbers that are missing. So we always are going to start with 12. Every time you start to number your clock, you always begin with the number 12, okay? And that's because the time resets every 12. So every time a 12 is on the clock, we go, like right now, it's in the morning, but when 12 hits, we're going to be on PM. Then we'll go throughout the day again. And then whenever 12 hits again later today, it'll be AM. So that's why we always start with the 12. And remember, 12 means a brand new hour every time. Okay? So let's go ahead. We have 12 done for us already. So we are going to start on 12 and go next. So every time you number the clock, you always go towards the right. Okay? Always go towards the right and come around. Don't go backwards. Always move forward because the clock moves this way. So from 12 here, let's go ahead and start with the first clock. The next number would be 1. So go ahead and put a 1. Now you don't want it to be too big or too small where you can't read it. And it will attach to the long line like this, okay? Because you have those smaller lines in between, but those are where we are now.
Like this,
Where's the 1? We're right here on the first clock. So 1 was right there. So 1.
11.
You see how they have the line? The line, you put the one underneath the line. Not on top of the line, underneath. Your one goes underneath the line. See? Like that. Yeah.
So this has to
No, underneath.
Did I do it right?
Look. And this is the line. Yes. Okay, after 1, we go to the next number, which will obviously be 2. Underneath the line. Don't put it on the side of the line, put it underneath. Yeah.
Can I go use the restroom?
Okay, so this is the line right here. See the line? So you put the number 1 underneath, then 2 underneath. 1, and then put the 2 underneath. Yes. Okay. 3 is done for us. So after 3, we will put our 4. 4 is next. Okay, make sure it goes underneath. No, that's where 2 was supposed to be. That's where 2 is supposed to be. Can't put 4 above 3.
Do I have to put it right here then?
Yes, and you need to also put 2. And you need to put 2. And you need to put 2. 4. Okay, pay attention. We're right here. All right, after 4, obviously will be the number 5. After 4, we'll put 5. 6 is done. So next we will need 7. Go ahead and put 7. After 7, we put 8. 9 is done. After 9, we put 10, and then we put 11, then we'll be back to 12. Let me see your clocks, Avaya and Dennis, so I can make sure that they're numbered correctly.
Wait,
once you're finished, let me see. I said when you're finished. Okay, good. Dennis, yep, looks good. Yes. When you finish, put 11.
Here you go. These are some of my clocks. I made some time. You see?
Yeah, but you didn't have to do the time. That's what we're doing together.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you only had to number it. Okay, so we have the clocks numbered. So remember, we have 2 hands on our clock. We have our long hand, which is our hour hand, and we have... Okay, so now that the clock is numbered, we have 2 hands on our clock. We have our long hand, which is the minute hand, and then we have our short hand, which is our hour hand. Long hand is minute, short hand is the hour. Okay, minute and hour. So we've learned how to tell time to the hour so far. So since we learned how to tell time to the hour, remember, where is that long hand always going to be to show o'clock, to show that it's a brand new hour on the 12, okay? The only hand that will change around will be the hour hand, and we have to figure out what hour it is. So let's go ahead and do the first clock. Let's draw our hands on our first clock. So we'll put our long hand on 12. So go ahead and do that. Draw your long hand towards the 12. Or make sure you put the arrows like this to show that that's where it is. Okay, and let's put our hour hand, our short hand, pointing towards the 5. Now you can't do both of them the same length because they're not the same length. The minute hand is long, short hand is shorter. Our hand is shorter.
Do we have to write that?
Yep.
Like this?
To the 5, not 6. The short hand to the 5. Pointing towards the 5. No.
The 5 is so long.
Yes, but that's too long. You don't have to reach the 5. You can stop it short way. Just that's why we put the arrow. The arrow shows where we're pointing.
Do we have to write to the 5 or to the 12?
So the long hand goes towards 12. Short hand points at the out at 5.
Like that?
Yes. Put the arrows like this. Okay. So do we have our hands drawn on the clock? Dennis and Amaya? Yes. On the first one? Yeah. Okay. So looking at that, our short hand is on 5. Yes. Long hand is on 12. Anyone can tell me what time it is?
5 o'clock.
It is 5 o'clock. So go ahead and draw that in the box at the top. It's 5, 0, 0 o'clock. 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. That's what we just drew in the first clock. 5 o'clock. All right, let's go to our second clock. Let's go ahead and number our clock. So start with 12 and go ahead and work your way all the way with the rest. Okay, we're only on the second clock, so hopefully everyone is there. It's not done already, but we're on this clock. Yes, we can do it now. You can number the second clock now. 3 is done. 3 is done already. 3 is done already. Yeah. So be careful. Don't repeat some of the numbers that are done for us already, okay? You want to make sure that you're just filling in the numbers that are missing. Good. Yes. Yeah, whenever they come in. Let me see. Good. Okay, nice. Dennis. Okay, let's go ahead and put the time in on this one. Are we done numbering? Yes.
No.
Not yet?
Yes.
What are you doing? Let's go ahead and look at our second clock. Let's draw the time on that clock. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw our hands. So our minute hand, which is our long hand, will go all the way to the 12, pointing to the 12 like this. And then let's do our hour hand, short hand, and point it to 10. Now remember, when it's a short hand, you don't have to draw it all the way to the 10. You can stop. See how I'm stopping? Look, here, here, look. I don't go all the way to the 10. I stop, and then I do the arrows. That arrow shows us what we're pointing to. So don't touch the 10 because that's the hour. The hour hand does not touch the number. Your minute hand can, but the hour hand does not have to touch the number. So we're going 12 and 10. Yeah, push your short hand a little over because it's not quite on the 10. We're pointing more towards 11. Yes. Yes, that's better. Okay, so what time would this be?
10 o'clock.
Thank you, 10 o'clock. Our hand is pointing to the 10. Minute hand is on o'clock, 12, 10 o'clock. Good.
I don't have a 10.
Mom.
Oh, it's supposed to be right here. 10, 11.
This is bad.
Okay. Are we ready for the next clock? Yes. Okay, so this one you have to number the entire thing on your own. So what number did I say to start with again? 12. Start on the 12. So 12 is always right here in the center at the top. So start with 12 and then work your way doing the rest. You can do that now. Okay. Start with 12. It's always important to start with 12, guys. This will make it so much easier to number your clock. Always start with the center at the top, which is 12, and then go around finishing the rest. So you can number that clock. Let me see. This is 12. The top at the center. 12. And you can actually do both of them. Do both of them on the bottom. Okay. Once you do the one on the left, you can do the one on the right. No. Why would you sit like that? Absolutely not. Sit all the way down. Turn around.
Could we do our own time by ourselves?
Oh, we'll do it for the last one.
Okay.
No. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 10. You don't have to turn it. You can just write 11 right here. Just put 11 right there.
Miss Blue Jeans?
No. 12 is right here, top center. Yes?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Sure. Right here.
Right here?
Yes, always at the top, center.
I'm done.
12 is always where you start. Now you go quickly to do their own. So then one goes right here, you erase those. Yes. Second grade sleeper for being quiet on Zoom yesterday.
We have to do this one too. Can you quiet on Zoom?
No, I had to. While I would move to second grade, no. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do the time on the third clock. So I'm going to just draw the hands and you'll figure out what time it is. So you'll draw the hands too. And then you'll write the time.
This clock?
Mm-hmm.
I can write it every time.
No, this is the time you're doing right here.
This is
And then write what time it is in the box. One, 2, 3, hurry up. No, it's not pointing to the 12, it's pointing to the 1. All right, so what time is it?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. That's your third clock, 1 o'clock. Awesome. All right, let's do our last clock. You can make your own time for the last clock. So you know that your minute hand will be on 12. And you pick where you want your hour to go.
And then the other person think which one it is.
Hmm?
And then the other one, other person think what time it is on our book.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, put every time on the other one. And look at my time.
Is that supposed to be 12 o'clock?
What? You can make my own time. How many hours do a clock have?
Okay, so when you make your own time, make sure that your minute hand is pointing towards 12, and you pick where you want your hour to be.
This is gonna be.
Pick a time that we didn't do as well. You know.
Oh, I did. I did. Never ever.
Okay, let's see the pencil book. Yes, Faith. And Faith has yours to Kimley. Kimley has yours to Taylor, and Taylor has yours to Mariah.
Wait, where's the number? Have this?
What?
Is this
Yes.
yours?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I know what time this is.
Okay, well then write it, and then I kept asking why you were raising your hand.
Now go to the rest.
Yes, write the time and then go real quick.
Can I see? What's right? What?
Write the time. What time is it?
I got
Okay, Dennis and Avaya, do you have your times?
Yep. My time is 12.
All right, don't say it. I was going to let Dennis guess it. And you're going to guess his. You have it, Dennis, for your last clock, your time?
I have
okay. All right. Huh?
I got both of them.
Okay. All right, so Avaya, put yours on the screen so Dennis can guess your time.
I will just put mine on the screen.
Yeah, just put, so he can guess your time. Can you see it, Dennis, the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Put it a little closer. Well, okay, what time?
12 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, 12 o'clock, okay. All right, then Dennis, put yours up so Avaya can guess your time.
Huh? Is the time at 12 o'clock? Yes, it's 12 o'clock. Wait, no, it's at the top.
Pick it up higher, Dennis. A little higher. A little more. Okay, what time is it, Avaya, on his clock? The last one?
Let me see. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11 o'clock. Yes, correct. Good. So that is telling time to the hour. And we also practice numbering our clock. So anytime you have to number your clock, always start with the number 12. Always with the number 12 so that you can just fill in the rest. So that you can fill in the rest of it, with the rest of the numbers. Okay, so that's it for our math lesson on today. You can put your math books away. We will move on to writing.
Here's the paper. I was gonna give it to you. Wait, this is by who flipped it over? I didn't. Somebody flipped mine over. We done with it. And the glue. You know what mine was? Oh, 12 o'clock. No, mine was 8 o'clock.
All right, so you can get out your letters book, your cursive letters book, your writing book.
You don't know what mine
We are on page 33. 33.
33. You know,
Yeah, your cursive letters book, page 33. Capital letter T is where we are on today. Well, actually, I was waiting for you to finish.
Don't do that. I did this at my house. I only did this at my house, but I just wanted to be like that.
Yeah, but I don't know where they're going.
I already did it with Flugents.
Huh?
Already did it with Flugents.
Okay, good job.
I did this at my house. Well, where you left your house?
Okay.
I wanted Where's checking?
She means checking. Can you please stop talking, please? Thank you.
We're reading together.
And, yeah, but not all four.
Have to do one. Let's do this one.
Charlie and no, that's mine. I'll put it there.
I can put my writing up because I don't need.
No, you can take it out. Thank you.
She said my name.
There's a lot of people today, so y'all should be taking your time.
Okay. Go another room.
Hold on.
We're not all reading today. I'll read two.
Okay, are we ready with the page to learn capital letter T? Yes? All right. So when it comes to capital letter T, T will start up here on the top. Okay. So we start up here. Hold on, let me fix this. Sorry. Okay. So we start up here. First thing we do is we're going to come all the way down to the middle. We'll do a small loop like this. Close the loop, then come out. Then we're going to go in a diagonal line across like this. Okay. Then we'll go up, down, in. Capital letter T. Again, small little loop here. Go straight, curve down, come up, down, kick it out. Okay. Is that page already done?
Already done that page.
Okay. All right, cool. So here you go. All right, so you can do line 1 and let me see. And if you finish already, you can just practice like 5 of them and let me see what they look like.
Okay.
Tell me that 3 times.
1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the frog drop the coins in the lake. Here you go, Miss Lucian.
Okay, good. Okay, good, Dennis. Okay. You not do that. Okay. All right, looks good. I feel like some of them look good, but some of them not so much. What's happening?
My pencil people messes up.
Okay, they always look like this.
After chapter.
Yes, but y'all need to read 2 times before you do. And I don't know if y'all read that fast.
Like this.
The first one, what happened to that last one? Okay, everybody has it. Line 1, yes? No? Okay, all right, good. So that is capital letter T. So this is what page you can practice on today. If you already completed the page, great. You can also just practice writing some on the side. So that's capital letter T, moving through our letters. All right, so we'll need a loose leaf paper so that we can go over our sentences for today.
Myself.
Okay. Can we not have an argument about it? Can we just get it and just go back, sit down? Thank you. Okay. I said sorry. It was an accident.
I was just about to tell us.
We're going to study that too.
Wait, Miss Flugence? Miss Flugence?
Who was it? Who's not getting a recess? Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and go over our sentences. Okay, so they're pretty easy today, so I'll let you go ahead and do both of them, you know, before we we'll go over them. So we're not just gonna do one at a time today. I'll let you go over both. So number 1 says, David and John went to Chili's. Are y'all familiar with Chili's, the restaurant? Yes, so that's a proper noun. For lunch. Again, David and John went to Chili's for lunch. So whenever you're writing this, you have a couple of proper nouns to focus on this week. So make sure you write them correctly. Number 2 says Thomas read about Jesus in the Bible. Again, Thomas read about Jesus in the Bible. So Bible is capitalized because it's the proper noun, it's the name of a book. So if you didn't know that, this is something new. Make sure to capitalize Bible, okay? So you can go ahead and do both of them. I'll give you a little bit of time to work on both of your sentences.
This is keep on falling. Put it back. Why are you asking?
Okay. So again, number 1, David and John went to Chili's for lunch. And number 2, Thomas read about Jesus in the Bible. So it's about capitalizing the proper nouns in the sentence. So just make sure to take your time writing them, okay?
Come in.
All right, you had a question. I had to step out for a second. Did you have a question?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What was it?
When are we gonna learn about when are we gonna learn where we capitalize the books?
Capitalize the books?
Yes.
Which books?
Like Bible.
Oh, well, they're already capitalized. That's if we write them in a sentence, we would capitalize it. But they're already, yeah, they're proper nouns. They're capitalized.
Read.
Oh, you good. I'm big doing it. I have a quick question. I was saying, are you gonna work? I am, but no, you good.
They will never meet. The master of the house. Water and then the fire is Miss Flugins.
Yes.
How would I know? Okay.
Huh?
I needed to get to yours.
Oh, the screen, it changed, or is it back?
Yeah, to
it's back?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of can't like pin myself today just because I'm doing it a little different, but just let me know if it changes.
Mommy.
Okay, let's go ahead and correct our sentences. All right, let's go ahead and correct the sentences. So number 1, David and John went to Chili's for lunch. Okay, go ahead, Kinley, walk us through how to write this correct.
Capitalize D, David.
Capitalize my first letter, D in David.
Capitalize J and John.
J and John, that's another proper noun.
And Chili's.
C and Chili's, that's a proper noun of a restaurant. And finish with the good, period. Everyone did that? So there were 3 things to capitalize and then put your period at the end. Yes? Okay, number 2, Thomas read about Jesus in the Bible. Go ahead.
The Bible. The T.
First letter T, capitalize.
And you put a period.
Now, one more thing to capitalize, another proper noun.
Capitalize the J.
J and Jesus, something else?
And then,
Oh, I'm putting the 3 lines. That's for second grade. Sorry. And then
you capitalize the R.
the B.
The B.
Bible, proper noun.
And then you put
Finish with the
period.
period. Good. So we have to capitalize Thomas, Jesus, and Bible. Awesome. Okay, did you do all of those things, Avaya and Dennis? Yes?
Yes.
Wrote both and capitalize?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. All right, let's keep moving. We'll move on to our phonics today.
Not yet. Could I hold it? Could I hold it? No, wait, it's fake.
Hold on.
I know yesterday. No. Go.
All right, so we'll start with Phonics Chart 8. Can we focus on our charts, please?
2 and 3.
Okay. So
Church. And
look right here. On the sides. On the sides. It's better on the sides.
all.
Yeah. All right, let's go over our chart. 8. Okay, let's begin on 3. 1, 2, 3. THR says third, and 3. AR says R, and stars. CH says in church. OR says or in morning. OU says ow, in out. OW says ow, in owl. OW says o, in bowl. ER says in verse. UR says in nurse. IR says in bird. OI says oi, in coin. OY says oi, in boy. OO says in book. OO says ooh, in two. WOR says words. IGH says I in night. ALK says all is walk. ALK says up, and walk. Okay, that's chart 8. Let's go over 9. All right, let's do it together. Chart 9. ING says ing, and pointing. Okay, well, can we say it after me? So KN says and not. So GN says and gnats. Gnats. ANG says ang and bang. ING says ing and king. ONG says ong and long. GNG says ong and strong. WA says, oh, sorry. A and K says ang and bang. I and K says ink and wink. O and K says onk and honk. Make sure you're saying the sound. U and K says onk and shrunk. WA says wah and wash. A says and adopt. Y says e and baby. LE says and little. ED says ed and wanted. And look. ED says duk and play. Awesome. So that's Phonics Chart 9. So we're not doing any special sounds today with Chart 9. Okay. So remember last week we learned about what's called syllables. A syllable is a part of a word. So whenever we talk about parts of a word, that means with a clap. Remember we did that last week? We had words and we would clap to figure out how many parts are in the word. Those parts are called syllables. Syllables are parts of a word. So I'll give you some words today and I want you to tell me how many syllables are in the words. Okay? First word is education. How many syllables? Education. How many? 4. Education. I really need you guys to focus and not play with anything, okay? I really want you engaged and focused. Next one, permission. How many syllables?
Permission.
3. Permission. 3 syllables. Next, airplane. Airplane. 2. How many? 2. Last one, telephone. Telephone. How many? 3. Good. What about November? November. 3. So think about your name. How many syllables are in your name?
3.
Dennis. Yep. 2. Maya. 3. Good. 4. How many? Faith. 1. 2. Kenley. 2. Taylin. 2. Taylin. 2.
3.
Naraya. 3. Good. Awesome. So those are syllables, parts of a word. So we also talked about on last week how to divide certain words. Some words, we can divide them when they're kind of bigger words and we may not know it right away. There are ways we can divide the word so that we can read it. We can break it down easier. We can break it down into the parts. So looking at the words here, anybody remembers how I can divide words like this? Look how they have those double letters. Where can I divide a word that has double letters? Where?
In the middle.
In between the double letters. So this word here, where would I divide this word here, Amaya?
You divide it in the middle of the both ends.
Between the 2 ends. And what's the word?
The word is bonnet. Bonnet.
Bonnet. Good. Okay, next one here. Dennis, where would I divide this one?
Dinner. Then
Between where?
in the middle of the end.
2 N's. Good. And what's the word?
Dinner.
Dinner. Awesome. Taylor, where would I divide this one here?
You just circle it?
Nope. Where would I divide it? Where would I put a line?
You put in the middle of the P.
Between the 2 P's. What's the word?
Slipper.
Slipper. Slipper. Good. Okay, so that's dividing between the double letters. Okay, next I have these words here. These are root words and suffixes. How am I marking a root word and a suffix? I have talking. How will I mark the word talking, right? Underline talk. Circle ing. Suffix, root word. Talk is the root word. Suffix is ing. The word is talking. Banging. Banging. How will I mark this one?
Underline bang.
Underline bang. Root word.
ing.
Circle the suffix ing and the word is banging. Next one, helping. How am I marking helping, Dennis?
Another help is circle ing.
Circle ing suffix and the word makes helping. Good. All right, I have some blends here. Let's create some words from these blends. So I have shout.
Shout.
What's the word I can create from shout?
Shout.
Shout. Well, with an A. Shout. Shadow. Shadow. Good. Shadow. What about creek? Creek. What did you say, Alaya?
I said Greek.
Creek.
Yes.
Okay, straw. Straw. What's the word I can create from straw? Struggle. And somebody says struts, yes. And fly. Fly. What's the word I can create from fly?
Fly.
Fly. Good. Awesome. Good. Okay. So those are some blends. Wanted to practice. Let's do a little bit of clue cards.
Why? Now we're using it's about what the kids say. It's about what the adults say, not what people say.
Okay. All right, so let's go over it. So I have OI that says oi, like in coin. Yes. Please raise your hand to answer. Okay, this is whenever you want to be a part of something, then that means, please raise your hand, that you need to do what? In order to be a part of something, you need to join it. Good. Next, OY says oi, like in boy. Okay, this is whenever I have happiness deep on the inside of me, then this is called what? Okay, Avaya?
Joy.
OO says like in book. Okay, this is where you would go to hunt for deer. If you want to hunt for some deer, this is where you would go, in the woods. It's deer hunting season right now. OO says ooh, like in tooth. This is something you would wear in the winter time to keep your feet warm. In the winter time, you would wear these so that your feet are warm. Boots are. Boots. WOR says whir, like in worms. Okay, this is when it's really bad. You would say this is the what? When it's just so bad. You would say, Dennis, it's the
worst.
Next, IGH says I, like in night. Okay, this is when you tie a rope to make sure that it doesn't get loose. You need to make sure to tie it how? Tight. Stop. She's asking you to stop, so please stop. Next, ALL says all, like in ball. Okay, this is a sport that's going on right now. You can watch it on Sundays, Monday night, Thursday nights. What is it, Dennis?
Football.
Football. ALK says walk, like in walk. Okay, this is what we use our voices to do. We use our voices so that we can talk. Good. Awesome.
You're the first person.
Okay, so these are some clue cards from chart 8. Okay, so that's our phonics lesson. You'll do your workbook pages later on today, or if you did them already, I don't know. But yes, okay, so that's it for phonics. Let's go ahead and get at our science and social studies. That's what we'll move on to today. They didn't do that. I didn't say that.
Okay, first up is science. Social studies. Ready? Don't do the other one like that. That's the thing. I know this one. I know this. That's my thing. Yeah, because they just started.
Okay, let's go ahead and start with our science. We're moving on to our next chapter, which is on animals. So in science, we're on page 45. We're learning about animals. We're going to discover animals. Page 45.
Can we read it?
I'll do it today because
wait. First, second.
okay, page 45, discovering animals. So we know that God created us as humans, right? And he created all of the forces that we talked about on last week. So this week we're moving on to animals because just like God made us people, he also made the animals, okay? So animals are living creatures that can breathe on their own. They can move on their own. They have a heartbeat. They have a brain. They do all of those things. The animals are just animals. They're not humans, but animals are living creatures as well. And so God made them just like he made us as well. Okay? So God is the creator of all the animals. They did not just come out of nowhere. The Lord made them. Please make sure we're in our science book. Okay?
Yeah.
So all animals are living creatures. Just like humans are alive, animals are alive as well. So there are different kinds of animals. Some of them are huge, like the elephant or a tiger or a giraffe. Some of them are big, like we have a bear that's pretty big. Some of them are little, like dogs and cats. And some of them are tiny, like a little chipmunk or a squirrel. So God made all the animals and all of the different sizes of the animals. So that is amazing that he was able to make a huge animal like a giraffe and then a really small animal like a little chipmunk, a squirrel. So it just shows how God has so much creativity. He was able to create all these different types of animals. So let's look at page 46 and let's talk about how animals learn. So we go to school as humans, right? We're in school right now. We go to school to learn, and we also learn at home from our parents. Now, animals, though, are a little different. Animals don't go to school, right? There's not a school for dogs. I mean, they can go to like obedience training, but I mean like going to school like you all. They don't go through that. They don't have to, go to school for some time to figure out their lessons. None of that. Animals learn because of something that God put on the inside of them. God put what's called instincts on the inside of animals. Their instinct tells them what to do. Animals know exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, because of the instincts that God placed on the inside of them. So an animal, some things they don't even have to be taught. They just know how to do it. That's what an instinct is. They just know what to do. And that's how God made them. So for example, baby ducks know that they have to follow their mother. Have you ever seen ducks and their babies following before? They know they have to follow their mother. They don't have to be taught that. They just know when my mom moves, I move. That's one of their instincts. Birds know whenever the winter comes, they have to fly to the south because it's warmer in the south. No one taught birds that. Their instinct, they just know I have to go in the south for the winter so that I stay warm. Some animals go in hibernation during the winter. No one taught them how to hibernate. It's just their instinct. God made them like that. A bird building their nest. The Lord just put that instinct in them, all the different tools they need, the twigs, the branches, all of those things they need to build their nest. This is their instinct. No one taught them. No one did a class for birds and said, okay, birds, this is how you're going to make your nest. Is that part of the pages?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Beavers, they know how to build their lodges, their homes. No one taught them. It's just instincts. So animals have what's called instincts on the inside of them that show them what to do. They just know what to do because of their instinct. Okay. Let's look at 47. So when God made animals, not only did he give the animals what's called instincts where they know what to do, but he told each animal, he put a special seed inside of each animal. And this seed meant that every animal would only have their kind of animal. All animals are different, but God put a special seed in each one so that they could never have another animal. So for example, if an elephant is having a baby, the elephant will not have a giraffe. That's impossible. That can't happen. An elephant can only have a baby elephant. A tiger can only have a baby tiger. God put in the animals what's called a special seed, and it's called after their own kind. So all animals will have babies after their own kind. Their baby will look just like them. You will not find an animal giving birth to a different kind of animal. That's impossible to happen, like a chicken laying a duck egg. No, a chicken will lay chicken eggs, right? So God put that seed in animals where they will only have the same kind of animal that they are, and no one can change this at all. The Lord set this from the beginning, and that's how it is. That's why we still see the same kind of animals today, because God put that seed inside of animals where they would only have their kind of baby. They cannot have different kinds of babies. They only have the animal that's after their own kind, meaning the animal just like them. So yes, we do have different kinds of dogs, but they're all still dogs, right? You don't find a dog having a cat. That's not possible, right? If it's a golden retriever, when they have a baby, they'll have golden retriever babies. Dogs just sometimes mix, like they'll have like golden retriever, half golden retriever, half beagle or something. But for the most part, dogs will only have dogs. So that's another way that God made animals. Not only did he give them their instincts that tell them what to do, but he also made them he gave them a special seed where they can only have animals after their own kind. They can't have all kinds of different animals. They can only have one kind, and that's the kind that they are. Okay? So that's our science this week. It's very easy, very intro to animals. Does anybody want to share what their favorite animal is? It's an animal that you like. Okay, go ahead. Kenley, what's your favorite animal?
A koala.
Oh, a koala bear. You're from Australia. Cool.
A frog.
Frogs? Nice. Frogs are cool. I have a bunch in my backyard every day. I'm going to catch you a frog one day.
Oh, yay.
Okay, Faith?
A hamster.
Hamster? Wow.
I have one.
You have one? Cool. Okay. Favorite animal?
I like horses.
Horses? Wow. Have you rode a horse before? No. Yeah, horses are cool. Horses are really nice. Okay, Avaya, what's yours?
My favorite animal is a tiger and a lion.
Wow, tigers and lions. Guess who's stronger out of the two?
Huh?
Who is stronger out of the two?
Well, the lion, because he's the king.
Uh-huh. But do you know tigers are bigger than lions? Yeah, but they're both powerful. I like them both. I like lions too, and tigers, yes.
And cheetahs.
Cool. Oh, and cheetahs, yes, they're very fast. So all the big cats. Dennis, what's your favorite animal? Oh, you're on mute?
My favorite animal is a golden retriever, a dog, and a cheetah.
Wow, golden retriever, a dog, and a cheetah. Awesome. Yes, I love dogs. Those are my favorite animals. I like all of them, but I really like dogs. Yeah. Okay, good. So that's our science. Let's go ahead and move on to our social studies this week. Next book, social studies. So we are starting our tour of America. Last week we visited the islands, American Samoa and Guam and Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands. So this week we are going to start our tour of our country, America. So we are on page 46. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I'm on 46. I'm on 46. We're talking about cars and trips, long trips. I always wanted to see that thing. You don't know where they're going. A tornado. Not a tornado.
All right, so this is a picture of our country, America. These are, this is a map of our country where we all currently live right now. Okay, so this is the United States of America. When we say that, this is what it looks like. So of course, we all are in different places. We're here in Louisiana, and Dennis and Avaya, you are here in California. So even though we're far away, we're still together in the United States. We also call it America. So what we're going to do now is start to visit some of the different states in our country. And we're going to see some of the beautiful things here, some landmarks, some things that deal with the history of our country as well. Okay, so we are going to hop on a plane, right? We're getting on a plane and we're going to start our trip. And we are going to go all the way over here in the east. And we are going to Massachusetts. Say that. Massachusetts. Massachusetts is where we are. Have you heard of Boston before? The city Boston? No? Well, Boston is in Massachusetts. But anyway, so we are going to Plymouth, Massachusetts, though, on page 47. Plymouth, Massachusetts is where we are, okay? So this is our country here. And we're leaving. So we're leaving Louisiana, going up here to Massachusetts. And Dennis and I, y'all are coming way from California all the way to Boston. To Massachusetts. So that's going to be a longer flight for y'all versus us, okay? So we are visiting Plymouth, Massachusetts. What?
That's where the animal thing is, the picture. I can see it. Let's see. It's so cool.
Okay. So we are in Plymouth, Massachusetts on page 47. Okay. So this place is a historical place. And this is the place. So when we talked about the pilgrims, and remember the pilgrims came from England and they wanted to worship God. Remember that lesson we did a couple of weeks back, maybe a month or so ago. Remember they wanted to worship God, so they came to America so they could worship God. Well, the pilgrims landed in what's called Plymouth, Massachusetts. That's where they landed. Whenever they finally made it from England all the way to America, this was the spot that they landed in. So we're visiting Plymouth, Massachusetts, and in particular, a place called Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock is in the place where the pilgrims landed. So they landed in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and so there's a rock there called Plymouth Rock. This rock shows where they landed. So they came from England in 1620. And the rock was a lot larger, but it broke in half when they moved it from the beach to where it is now. So that's why it's a lot smaller now versus how big it was at the time. So they put 1620. Do you see that in the rock, 1620? Because that's the year that they came here, and they wanted to mark that on the rock to show the year that they arrived in Plymouth, Massachusetts. So people used to take pieces of the rock and keep it as a souvenir, but they don't do that no more. As you can see on the picture, you can just come and look at it. You see that? So now they have it like in an area to protect it, so nobody tries to steal it or, you know, just things like that. So that's one thing you can visit in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Plymouth Rock, and Plymouth Rock shows where the Pilgrims landed. Next, underneath Plymouth Rock, we have Plymouth Plantation. So Plymouth Plantation, you can visit. Look at those homes. Do they look like the homes we live in today?
No.
Not at all. Those homes are totally different. Well, in Plymouth Plantation, it's set up like a village the Pilgrims would live in. So the homes are set up like that. I'll show you pictures on tomorrow. The homes are set up like that. And the town is just, it's like how it was when the Pilgrims lived in Plymouth. So the houses and the town gives us an idea of what life was like in the 1600s. There's also gardens and animals you can see there. And the people also dress like the Pilgrims. And we'll talk about that when we go to Williamsburg in a couple of weeks, because in Williamsburg, they dress different. They dress like that as well. So Plymouth Plantation not only has the homes that the Pilgrims lived in, but also remember they traveled on the Mayflower here? Well, they built a boat just like the Mayflower on Plymouth Plantation. And, excuse me, the name of that boat is called the Mayflower too, because it's not the actual Mayflower, but it was built to look just like the Mayflower. So they call it the Mayflower too. And that's where, it gives you an idea of what the ship that the Pilgrims traveled on looks like. And we'll look at some pictures tomorrow, okay? So we can visit, so this is Plymouth, Massachusetts. We're visiting Plymouth Rock, where the Pilgrims landed, and Plymouth Plantation to show us what the homes the Pilgrims lived in looked like. And also we can visit the Mayflower too, a boat built just like the Mayflower. So let's leave Massachusetts. Let's turn to page 48. So we were in Massachusetts over here. So we are flying to the state right next door, which is New York. Right here, New York. Okay, we're going right next door. So we were in Massachusetts. We can see here, Massachusetts, and we're going right next door to New York. Okay. So in New York, there are some beautiful falls. And they are called Niagara Falls. Has anyone heard of Niagara Falls before?
No.
The beautiful waterfall. Well, this is one of the most famous landmarks in America, along with the Grand Canyon, which we'll visit in probably in a couple of weeks. But anyway, so in New York, there are some beautiful falls, which are like a waterfall, and it's called Niagara Falls. Okay, they fall they're about 190 feet high. So that means they're coming down 190 feet. So yeah, you don't want to fall down that waterfall, right? You want to just look at it. So Niagara Falls is God made. The Lord created this beautiful waterfall, okay? So Niagara Falls is not only located in New York, but it's also located it's in Buffalo, New York. That's the actual city that you can see it in, Buffalo, New York. But it's also, one side of it is in America, and then one side of it is in Canada up here. So it's like way up here in New York. So one side of the Niagara Falls is in New York, and one side is in Canada, the country. You can still see it if you go to New York, or if you go to Canada, you can see it as well. So on the Canada side, they call it the Horseshoe Falls. That's what they call it in Canada, Horseshoe Falls. And in America, we call it the American Falls on our side, but the waterfall is actually called Niagara Falls. But because it's split in between two different countries, each country has their name that they call it. But the name of the waterfall is Niagara Falls, okay? So millions of people visit Niagara Falls every single year. It's a beautiful waterfall. I can't wait to go and visit it and see it one of these days. So Niagara Falls is up here in Buffalo, New York. So it falls down 190 feet. So that's very high, very beautiful. Tomorrow we'll look at some videos and pictures of it on tomorrow, okay? Some extra pictures. I just want to introduce Niagara Falls to you. So then also in New York, which we did talk about already, the Statue of Liberty, right? Who gave it to us? Does anybody remember the name of the country that gave us the Statue of Liberty? France gave us the Statue of Liberty. Why was it a gift to America? What was America celebrating? And that's why they gave it to us. Kinley? America was celebrating the birthday. Anybody remember the number of birthday America was celebrating? Remember how old? 100. America was turning 100. And because of that, France gave us the Statue of Liberty. So Statue of Liberty, which we learned about already, is on Liberty Island in New York City, in Manhattan, off of the coast of Manhattan. You can visit the Statue of Liberty. We already discussed it, so I'm not going into detail about it. But remember, it was a gift given to America. It's one of the most famous statues here in America that you could visit in New York City, okay? So we went to Massachusetts today, this week, and New York City. So those are our 2 states that we visited this week. Massachusetts, up here, Massachusetts, and New York. Make sure you're focused. Okay, Massachusetts and New York. Okay, Massachusetts, New York. These are the 2 states that we are visiting this week. Okay, so next week we'll move on to our next state. So we're just going to start on the East Coast and slowly work our way going towards the West, all the way, and we'll finish in California, where Amaya and Dennis are. Okay, so we'll work our way across the United States, visiting all these different beautiful places that God made. Okay, so that's our social studies lesson today on Plymouth, Massachusetts, and New York, where we can visit Niagara Falls and the Statue of Liberty. All right, so that is it for us today. We don't have reading today because you read yesterday about Gus and Trick and how they had fun at the stream. And then tomorrow we'll do our last story about Gramp and the kite that they made and stuff, okay? All right, so that is the end of our Zoom. We've completed our lessons. We don't have language this week. We'll jump into language on next week. Yeah, we'll just take a break this week from pronouns. And we'll go into it again next week, okay? All right, so that is the end of our Zoom. So I know today was crazy. Yesterday was pajama and career day. Were y'all dressed up on yesterday or no? Y'all kind of just, no. And today is crazy hair, crazy dress. Y'all have anything today?
Miss Flugen.
Uh-huh.
Look at my hair.
Oh, yeah, it's red. I thought that's what it was. I couldn't really see what, but yeah, it's red.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And it has like crazy knots.
And knots in it, so you did the crazy hair. What about you, Dennis? Crazy dress or anything? Crazy socks? No? It's okay. It's okay if not.
Never.
Okay, cool. So tomorrow is Farmer Day or Country Club Day. Country Club is just dress. You can dress like in a suit or something, a fancy outfit, or you can dress like a farmer tomorrow. Wear a farmer hat or a button down. It's up to you, okay? All right, so that is it for us today. It was good seeing you all again on today. I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.